Salut, bonjour, je m'appelle Divan, je suis nigériane, j'apprends français, je parle anglais, un peu de Yoruba, un peu de français. Ah, c'est tout. C'est tout. What's up, young gang? Welcome back to my channel. Bienvenue. This video is a long-awaited video, and I have procrastinated doing this video. I refuse to procrastinate no more because I need to push myself to start speaking more French. I know if I make this video, I have to follow up with another video. Because if I follow up, that means I'm speaking, I'm training myself to speak more French, and I'm trying to build the environment of the French language around me. If you want to learn French, if you want to learn any language, all the tips I mentioned in this video will help you learn the language faster. So my vocabulary has expanded, and I'm editing this video now, and I just want to say that my vocabulary is 1,000 words now because I'm almost at intermediate level. I know some little things now that I did not know before. I know over 500 words. I've learned a lot of verbs just because of all these tips I'm going to tell you. Without further ado, make sure you tell me what language you are studying or you are about to study in the comment section. If you want to study French, please tell me. And if you don't speak any other language, if you are a polyglot or you want to learn a new language, just tell me in the comment section. Who knows, you might find somebody who is learning the language you're about to learn. My first tip for you is for you to apply for a course. You have to keep yourself accountable, and accountability is just like money, it's accounts. It's just like going to work. If you are going to work every day and you know you have to leave the house by this time and get to work by this time, you know you are accountable to that time. So if you have a course, you will not procrastinate when you're going, like the way I procrastinated doing this video. You will not procrastinate when you're meant to learn the language. You know, okay, I have to go to school this day and this day. So, and you know the teacher is going to give you assignments. You know you're going to interact with your classmates if you have classmates. You know you are going to be accountable to yourself when you have a course. In order to learn a language, you have to put yourself in the environment where people are speaking that language. So having a course is going to make it easier for you, even if you are not in that country where they speak the language or the state where they speak the language. Because if you're in that environment that people are speaking the language, you get to familiarize yourself with the language and the culture of the language. If it's not just French, I'm saying French because I'm studying French. Whatever language you are studying, search online for a course. Ask people. You may never know somebody who knows somebody. I bet you register for a course. Even if it's a free course on YouTube, 4 days a week I'm going to school. You're keeping yourself accountable and you get on track to look more on that language. Now, tip number two for me, which I recommend for anybody that wants to start any language or learn any language, is to start playing games. Learning can be very boring and tedious. Playing games in your language helps you to acclimatize yourself to the language. My classmate is something that is crazy that he does. His phone setting is in French. Like his phone is literally in French. And in his car, he listens to French news, like and French radio. And you'd be like, how in the world? Start acclimatizing yourself to fun things in your language, and I would suggest you start playing games. You could try memorize, but I really love Duolingo.
That's what she said.
I had a Duolingo account all these years, but I came back to Duolingo because of I studied French. I went to French school. I'm going to French school, so I joined Duolingo because of I want to improve my vocabulary. I want to learn more things in the culture that I know that you can't learn them from school because you can't learn everything in school. You have to acclimatize yourself to the culture yourself. And playing the Duolingo games makes it easy because it's like you have badges you have to get, you have streaks, you know you have to keep yourself accountable, but in a fun way. You can develop listening, speaking the language, reading the language, and you can also develop writing the language. All things are things you have to develop when you are studying, whether you're using a game or you're at school. Now, tip three is the popular one. Like most people will tell you if you want to study a new language. My mom is Yoruba and my dad is Urobo. I can't speak Yoruba because I don't force myself accountable to speak Yoruba, and my parents don't speak Yoruba to me. I'm editing this video again, and I want to say that I was referring to the past, not the present. My mom speaks Yoruba to me a lot, but when I was like younger, before I got to secondary school, I had nobody speaking Yoruba to me. And when I got to secondary school, to the environment where they were speaking Yoruba most of the time, I did not want to speak Yoruba because I did not want to be jested at. I did not want anybody to make fun of me and fun of my accent or my pronunciation. So I did not speak the language. And that's one thing I would encourage you to do. Start speaking your language, regardless of how you pronounce the words. But I stayed in the West for like more than 6 years, like almost 10 years, literally. And because if I stayed in the West, I understand a bit of Yoruba because people around that environment are speaking that language. And like I told you, that's the most important thing when you're learning any language. You're trying to put yourself in the environment where they are speaking it. Popular tip that most YouTubers will tell you is to watch YouTube videos. And there are many YouTubers in your language or the language you intend to speak or learn or you're learning. So you can check for videos on YouTube in that language and they will always have subtitles in English or whatever is your first language. When you're watching that video, you get to understand the words and the pronunciations of those words, and you get to build your vocabulary. It could even be a simple day in my life video or simple verbs or phrases you have to say if you get to this country. You can learn those vocabulary and develop verbs. Now tip tip 4. I'm giving this tip out because of this recommended by my classmates and my friends. Can say for Yoruba, I understood some things with music, but for French, I don't really like French songs. I'm trying to learn to like I said, this was when I was a beginner. So everything I was saying in this video was is just based on beginners. When I had not really known French artists, French gospel artists, like at that time songs I knew in French were just sexual songs. But now, damn it, I have French playlists. If you want me to leave a French playlist, please tell me in the comments. But music is also another instrument and a fun way to learn languages because it's constantly playing around you, just like Yoruba. It's constantly playing around you. You have to like Google what does that mean? What is it trying to say? Sometimes you don't even have to Google it. It just comes to you like, oh, it means this. Like this word has to mean this. Having music in the background, making the atmosphere of the language around you. So please update your playlist. And if you have any French song or any new playlist for me, please tell me in the comments and link them in the comment section. Tip 5 is something I've started implementing. I just started implementing, and it's to listen to podcasts in your preferred or new language because they are building the atmosphere. And listening to podcasts is like trying to hear normal people speak. It's not like when you're in school or you're playing a game and you're speaking like two words in a sentence or four words in a sentence. You're literally listening to them talk like how I'm talking, naturally talk like they are literally rapping and you're trying to make your brain understand and work with understanding it without having to pause and say this, this, like, because you have to translate the language to the other language you understand. Like, the more you're now putting like the podcast, even when you don't understand what they are saying, but like you have it playing in the background, you get to build vocab, you get to know new words in the language, and it's fun actually. Like Duolingo, they have a podcast, and their podcast has two parts to the language, so you could literally hear English and hear French mixed, and they are like explaining and they have transcript. When you don't understand what word they said, you could check the transcription. When you check the transcription, you will see the word they said and you get to understand and acclimatize to that word being pronounced. All right, before I get to the next tip, I just want to tell you guys that please comment what your favorite tip is in the comment section so far. And don't forget to tell me the language you're studying, please. And of course, it does not take you anything to like this video physically. Please like the video physically. It's going to help YouTube push it to more people who actually need this video. But those type of videos take a lot of efforts to make. Thank you. Accountability stems from the word account. Like you're keeping accounts, you're keeping record of what you're doing. So having an accountability partner is going to help you. When I was in A1, I had an accountability partner, but now I don't have any accountability partner. That's why I've been procrastinating lots with this language. Having an accountability partner keeps both of you in check because both of you don't want to flop. You guys will improve. If your accountability partner knows 100 words in the language and you know other 100 words in the language, and let's say you guys know at least 50 similar words. The rest of the 50 words that each of you know, you guys are sharing to each other and you're sharing each other's knowledge. And you guys are helping yourself to naturally understand the language. Tip 7, which is my favorite, like to watch movies in the language. My favorite series right now in French is Lupin. And I still told me about Lupin, but I did not watch it at first. But when I went to French school, I saw the movie recommend. I watched See, I spent 2 days to finish season 3 of Lupin. I spent 3 days. Sorry, 2 days. Next thing is for you to like this video. I really hope you have liked this video physically and not emotionally. All right. Actually, the last tip to learning a new language is en- enquête et vole avoir de ces nouvelles. On a en fait, on a en- au fait parler de la catastrophe de la grotte de l'Ur à télévision. Ils ont bien essayé de lui téléphoner, mais il avait oublié que les potables sont interdits dans les hôpitaux. Avant, écoutez ces messages sur sa boîte vocale, téléphone, envoi de courriel. I'm proud of myself. Okay, I can do this. Okay. To read. Try reading articles, magazines, books, novels. If you love fiction, go through fiction. If you don't like reading books, you could listen to audio podcasts, like I said previously. If you have a textbook, that will even help because you could start from your primary school textbook. Start reading your primary school textbook. It's just like the way you learned English when you're in nursery school, when it taught you with Queen Premier, A for Apple, up we go, OX, Ox. You could start learning like that with a textbook. You could get the version of the language you're learning from an English version of what you've read. Let's say you've read your Bible in Matthew. You could get a French version of Matthew or French version of your Bible. If you miss a word in the English version, you could check your French version and vice versa and see what those words mean side by side. And that's why I love Duolingo. Duolingo did not sponsor this video, but I really love Duolingo. You can learn the language vice versa. And if you're learning a new language, I want you to know that I'm rooting for you and we can do this. Ale, ale, ale. If you really enjoy vlogs like this, let me know in the comment section because I want to be putting out more student like content because I've been posting a lot of hair content and I know that students are subscribed to my channel. You can check out this next video and I'll see you there.